What is up, real estate family? My name is Mr. W and welcome to my YouTube channel. And if you are a realtor or if you are a real estate broker and you want to achieve two things, okay? If you want to generate more leads and close more deals, then listen up, because today I'm just going to speak about the 5 critical tips for success, especially for 2020 moving forward, that you can utilize right now, okay, as a real estate agent or a real estate broker to ensure that you generate more leads or essentially just becoming a go-to agent within your industry, okay? So what inspired this video is I actually just got off a very long consultation call. It was meant to be an hour, but it ended up being 4 hours because, we really, I guess the connection was really great with this potential agent. They're a new real estate agent, and I always love to give as much value as possible. So, we went on for 4 hours, even though it was just scheduled for an hour. So I didn't charge them for the 3 hours. Main reason why is because if I vibe with you, if we really work well together, then I will just continue just giving out as much value as I can to ensure that you are good. Okay, so I compiled, a little bit of a worksheet for them. That's what I normally do with my consultation calls. So if you are interested in my consultation calls, you can just click on the link in the description and we can just talk from there. It's going to be a discovery call. We'll figure out exactly what you're looking for, and then we can jump on a consult call. But I just want to give you a little bit of the tips that I gave the new agent. This is essentially towards the end of the call. What I normally do within these consult calls is I always ask you, what would you like to achieve by the end of this consult call? What would make you satisfied, that you actually spend good money's worth? So obviously they send me a ton, like a list of questions, and we just go over those questions. I normally do like a video audit of either their website or their social media, and I provide strategies as well. So this is not me selling my consult. It's obviously I'm just pre-framing the context of what the video is going to be about today. So this is obviously a new agent, and they didn't necessarily know what would be the next steps. So first things first, if you are a new agent, you obviously want to choose the right brokerage, okay? Now, first things first, what you need to understand is that most new agents always attack or look for money first. You don't want to look for that. You want to look for a brokerage company that's going to offer you training, right? Training, support, and really just education. Okay, you want to ensure that they provide you leads. You want to ensure that they show you how to, close those leads, how to convert those leads, and you want to ensure that the support is consistently there all the time. Okay, I see too many new agents in the beginning go for a big firm where, only content that you're just getting there is just video classes, where they just shove you into a room and you watch the video. You don't want that. Okay, you want to ensure that the brokerage company that you're working with provides solid training. Each and every single week there needs to be some training. Okay, they need to give you something tangible as well, so you can go home and start learning, because at the end of the day you need to start learning from a team. Okay, you want to get into a team and learn as much as you can. Literally just be a sponge and absorb all the value that they're going to provide you, especially from the team leader. Okay, that is basically the first advice that I would give to a new real estate agent. For those who have been in the game for quite some time, you do understand that, really leveraging or being in a team works best. But if you don't want to work in a team, I would say start looking at the brokerage companies that provide a lot of training. Okay, I know Keller Williams does really well with training as well. I've also heard quite good things about Coldwell Banker. These are obviously some firms that are based in America, because most of my clients are based in the US, okay? So that is number one. That one is super important, okay? And the second one is you want to become a student of the industry, okay? Because here's the thing, if you are not learning, you are not earning. Okay, and this is something that I've learned typically from the top realtors, especially like the top 5%, okay? So the top 5% are consistently learning. They're always attending conventions. They're always attending seminars, right? They literally, when on their lunch breaks, okay, they're watching 3 to 5 training videos on YouTube, okay? So while they're eating, they're consuming content, they're getting training, and they're always ensuring that they're literally watching classes they're basically in classes each and every single week. It could be once or 2 times a week, right? Where they're consistently learning. Because as an agent, you always need to know that you always need to be on top of things. New technology is always coming in and out. Okay, so you need to be on top of these things. Okay, and you always have to ensure that you're learning all the time, because remember, if you're not learning, you're not earning. And that's something that I learned from a very early stage when I started working with real estate agents, that the top guys, what really separates the top guys from those who are starting out and those who aren't doing really well, is the fact that they are investing a ton of their money, okay, as well, into learning as much as they can. Okay, I can actually see that the blinds over here. Yeah, it's a little bit late on my side. So I'm just gonna ensure that the video is nice and short. So number 3, right, the third tip that I would say is that you want to be coachable. Okay, now here's another thing is I've noticed that a lot of new real estate agents don't necessarily, I wouldn't say they're not coachable, but they don't invest, in getting a coach. They don't invest, in putting money towards a mentor that's going to help them. Because here's the thing, okay, if you focus a lot of your income that you get initially in the beginning into hiring a coach, into hiring a mentor, I can tell you now, your income bracket is going to change within the next few months. Why? Because you're literally going to be skipping all the steps that most real estate agents in the beginning would have to go through. Okay, the nice thing about hiring a mentor, the nice thing about hiring a coach, the nice thing about hiring someone like me, right, is we basically give you what works for us. So you don't have to go through the whole trial and error phase, right, where you're going through this, arduous and this, this convoluted maze, right, where you're trying to figure out what works in the market, what doesn't work in the market. All you just have to do is invest a little bit of your money, okay, into people like me, or into another coach, into another trainer who's gonna help you get from A to B quicker. That's essentially what the whole point is, especially when it comes to being trainable and coachable, right? Is to help you get from A to B in a much shorter time span and space, as opposed to, trying to do it yourself. Because a lot of new real estate agents are stubborn, I have noticed, okay? So number 4, so this is where you want to ensure that you have this personal touch. And even though I am an advocate for digital advertising, right, so that you can build up your database, you want to ensure that while you're building up your database, you are also cultivating it. Okay, so like the farmer who's always cultivating his farm, his land, to ensure that he gets harvest, you want to ensure that you're doing the same with your database. Just because now you got people in your database doesn't necessarily mean that you're not going to cultivate them. You need to cultivate them, because that's essentially that's when you start reaping a lot of fruits from your labor, okay, by cultivating your database. So how do you cultivate your database? Number 1, don't forget birthdays. Something as small as that, right? Don't forget birthdays. Okay, include handwritten notes. Okay, I know of a specific agent who literally has a calendar, right, in his office. He's literally got a huge calendar, okay, and he jots down each and every single one of his clients' birthdays, or every single one of his leads' birthdays. Okay, and guess what he does, right? On the actual day, he'll get his assistant, depending on where they are, he'll get his assistant to go and deliver these handwritten personal cards, right, that are wishing them happy birthday. Okay, that alone is a personal touch that no one will be able to conquer. Okay, because not only has he remembered your birthday, he's also taken the time, okay, to write down on his card that he remembered it and he's wishing you a happy birthday. I don't know about you, but something as personal as that is way better than a text, that's just generic. Oh, happy birthday from the Keller Williams team. No. Something personal that's going to include my name and something special about me. I honestly, I would do the best I can to ensure that I get them a client. Okay, so that's the best way for you to start building your word of mouth marketing, start building a referral database, right, is by doing the small things, right, being more personal. Okay, and then the last one, this one is very tricky. We had a very long conversation about it. It was just the concept of that specific agent was talking about how they didn't like having a job, how they didn't like working for a boss and all of that. And now that they're working for themselves, they feel happier because they feel free, they've got the freedom. Okay, but one of the tips that I gave them, I literally have a page full, it's literally 25 tips. Not sure if you guys can notice it, but yeah, it's 25 tips that I've given them, okay? And these are all valuable tips, right? These are literally just tips that you can utilize in your everyday. But one of the biggest tips for me, honestly, was they literally have to learn how to be disciplined and self-sufficient. I know it may sound obvious, something like, okay, but I know this, but no, I don't think you guys understand that your habits today will shape your tomorrow. Okay, if you are not consistent with waking up at a specific time, right, to start working, to start grinding, to start doing what you have to do, right, your day is going to end up moving like this. Okay, so for example, with me, I always make sure that I am up, okay, before 6 o'clock. Okay, I've just trained myself to be up before 6 o'clock. That's my rule. Okay, now the argument that the agent was saying is that I don't want to build a routine because every day is different. And I understand every day for a real estate agent is different. Same way how a client is different and a transaction is different, and different leads are different. Yes, I get that. But what's important here is that you want to ensure that you stay disciplined by setting rules. Okay, because yes, routines, I wouldn't say are monotonous, but routines are sort of like you have to stick to one thing, or at a specific time you need to do certain things. But the nice thing about setting rules is that it has leeway, right? There is room for what works best for you or not. So for example, my rule is that no matter what, I have to be up before 6 o'clock. Okay, that is my rule. Okay, so it doesn't mean that by 6 o'clock I need to be up. My rule is before 6 o'clock I have to be up. Okay, so one of the rules that I gave them, because it seemed like they were still trying to find the routine, I just said, just make a rule that you will be up by 7 a.m. Okay, no matter what, you will always be up at 7 a.m. So you want to set specific rules according to your schedule, to your day. Let's say, for example, you only get in the office at around 10, 11 a.m. Okay, if you wake up at 6 a.m., take a shower, eat, right? Literally by 7 a.m. you're done, which means that you have at least 3 hours before you head to the office. What can you do within that 3 hours? You can respond to emails, you can use an hour for training, and you can use another hour to plan your day, right? To say, okay, this is what I need to get done, right? These are my 2 most important tasks that I need to get done today. So that by the time you get to the office, you don't need to check your emails. You don't need to do all the menial stuff. All you just have to do, you get in the office and you're like, okay, cool, I need to blast out these 100 cold calls. Or, okay, cool, I need to go print out. Or I need to add my signature. Or I need to write down a few things. You need to make sure that you plan your day. And what I've noticed, what works best for me and even for my clients, is that we do all the hard things in the first 2 to 3 hours of the day. Okay, so for me, my hard things to do is things like creating content. But the thing is, I can't create content in the AMs, mainly because of the lighting, and I'm just, I'm using my iPhone, and at the same time, I don't really have a lighting rig, which I'm obviously going to purchase. But I would normally just create my YouTube videos in the morning. Okay, obviously today it didn't work out, but I would normally create my YouTube videos in the morning, and then once they're done, I edit during the day. So that at night, I just schedule and I post it and it's done. So that's been my rule, okay? So that's what you want to do. You want to start setting rules where maybe if you know you can't do the hard things or the difficult things in the morning, set a specific time or even a time period where from 12 to 3 p.m., I'm doing the hard things, right? Which could be cold calling, door knocking, following up with leads. It's entirely up to you. But you want to ensure that the hard things that you're doing are your income producing activities. Because again and again, I see real estate agents and brokers busy doing things that are not producing them an income. Okay, you want to ensure that you are connecting with people and you are basically cultivating your database by basically reestablishing that relationship with your database. So sending out emails, right? Making calls, following up. That's what you want to be doing. Okay, that's what you essentially want to be focusing on. Everything else is important, but it's not urgent. Okay, so you want to adopt a win mentality. What's important now? And that's the best way where you can distinguish what's important now. Okay, is making 100 cold calls more important than fixing a presentation that I have at 6 p.m. Okay, you need to figure out what's more important, because if you have a tailored presentation for a potential client, right, and they're impressed and they're ready to work with you, that is obviously going to be more important than making 100 cold calls. Because again, after the cold calls, you need to take that lead across the same process in order for you to do a presentation, well, depending on what campaign you're looking at. So you obviously want to focus on what's important now, that mentality, and that's what's going to help you switch according to what exactly is important to you. So I trust you guys got a lot of value from this. And if you did, click on the subscribe button as well as click on the notification bell just so that you're notified each and every single time that I upload. And if you also really found massive value in this video, please like the video just so that my video can be in front of as many people as possible with this type of content. We're looking for real estate training content. But anyway, guys, that's it from me. I trust you guys have an awesome Sunday, and I will see you in the next video.